इसमें चलिए आ सकता है।
इसका नाम दिया गया mRNA सर, mRNA 1273 इसका नाम
आएगा आएगा, नेट स्लो है।
सर देखा तो रहा था कि का वाला मतलब है 3 लोगों पर डायरेक्ट उसने एनिमल पर नहीं ह्यूमन पर
symbolic representation of a chemical reaction. We observe when coal is burned, it changes to ash. Milk changes to curd when exposed to moisture. These changes are a result of chemical reactions. These changes are represented through chemical equations. Let us see what a chemical reaction is through an experiment. We begin with some zinc granules in a conical flask. These granules are blue-gray in color. Fit a 2-hole rubber cock on this flask. Then we fit a thermometer into one hole of the cork and a thistle funnel into the other hole. Next, pour 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid into the conical flask through the thistle funnel. The color of the zinc granules change from blue-gray to white. Some gas bubbles are also released from the solution because zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. Zinc sulfate is white in color. The thermometer shows an increase in the temperature of the solution. In this experiment, the color of zinc changed during the reaction. It was a change in physical properties. It also resulted in the evolution of a gas. The form of the reactant changed. Zinc reacted with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate, a salt. Thus, the composition of the reactants changed. Hence, a chemical reaction involves a change in the physical and chemical properties, the composition and the physical state of a substance, whether an element or a compound. A chemical reaction is expressed in terms of a chemical equation. A chemical equation indicates the components in a reaction, the physical state of each reactant, and the products of reaction. Thus, a chemical equation is a symbolic representation of the reactants and the products, using their chemical formulae. For example, zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. This is represented in the form of an equation. Solid zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form an aqueous solution of zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. A chemical equation is made up of the following components. The reacting substances, known as reactants, are on the left-hand side. In the equation, zinc and dilute sulfuric acid are the reactants. So, they are on the left in the equation. The resulting substances, known as products, are on the right-hand side. In the equation, zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas are the products. Hence, they are on the right. An arrow separates the reactants and the products and also indicates the direction of the reaction. Thus, in the reaction, the arrow indicates zinc and sulfuric acid react to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Let's look at another example. In the burning of coal, carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Here, carbon and oxygen are the reactants and carbon dioxide is the product. Solid carbon reacts with oxygen gas to form carbon dioxide gas. In chemical equations, we denote a solid with S, a a liquid with L, a gas with G, an aqueous solution has AQ, a gas produced with an arrow pointing upward, precipitate formed with an arrow pointing downward. The reactants and products are separated with an arrow, which points in the direction of the reaction. Consider the reaction of iron with steam. Solid iron reacts with steam to form solid iron oxide and hydrogen gas. A symbolic representation of a chemical reaction is the first step in writing a chemical equation. The next step is to ensure that the equation is balanced, considering the law of conservation of mass.
So dear children, basically it was a private class, and now we will meet you again at 12. Okay, see you, goodbye, bye bye.
मुझे चले यार फिर